Hey guys, you're now traveling with TVMA the Tea. Be sure you like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button right now.
All right, Chris. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I have hit the record button, so it is now recording. Guys, if you're just now tuning in, you're now traveling with TVMA the Tea, your local Houston travel blogger, your cruise planners, land and sea expert, and I have with me today Chris Posada, Business Development Manager with Norwegian Cruise Lines. We're going to be talking that travel tea. Chris, I'm looking for you on a video and I can't see you. So hold on a second. Let me see if I can get the video to show.
I am here though. Hi Tanya. Hi everyone.
Hey, you see? Okay, I see us. Okay, great. I just can't see it on the PowerPoint. Okay, cool. All right, so let's just get back to the tea then. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in today. Again, you're now traveling with your local Houston travel blogger, TVMA the Tea, your local cruise planners, land and sea expert, and we're going to be talking travel with Norwegian Cruise Lines. So, guys, kick back, relax, sip some tea while I give you the travel news that you can use. 1 second. Let me play my video for my adventurers.
I'm feeling human and burning come along from a past life full of stars. Ask me where I'm coming from, and I'll share with you my soul. Ask me where I'm going to, I'll have to meet you down the road. It's not time, no. It's not time, no. On a journey, there's a long way left to go, dancing down the open road. On a journey, there's a long way left to go, dancing down the open road. On a journey, pretty colors of the sea. I'm a bird, high and free, thinking about all movements made, the path my destiny has made. I need to travel light, oh, but I'm feeling human nature. Oh, and your eyes, they shine so bright. Ask me where I'm coming from, and I'll share with you my soul. Ask me where I'm going to, I'll have to meet you down the road. It's not time, no, it's not time, no. I am on a journey.
You're now traveling with TVMA the Tea. Come along.
Pretty colors of the sea. I'm a bird, I'm flying free. I'm flying free. Ooh. I'm flying free. Ooh. I am on a journey. Oh, there's a long way left to go, dancing down the open road. I am on a journey. Pretty colors on the sea. I'm a bird, I'm flying free. I am on a journey. There's a long way left to go, dancing down the open road.
Traveling with TVMA the Tea. Come along. Right on. Amen.
I'm a bird, I'm flying free. I'm flying free.
This really makes me miss being in the studio. It really does. All right,
Makes you
guys.
miss traveling.
I know. You see my cup, right? Can you see it?
I do. Yes. That's a nice one.
I do have an attitude. It's called Travitude for the lack of traveling. All right, guys. Welcome. If you're just tuning in, you're now traveling with TVMA the Tea, your local cruise planners, land and sea expert. I have with me a very great brand. One of my favorites that I've taken quite a few times, Norwegian Cruise Lines. I have Chris in the building. Chris is the business development manager with Norwegian. Chris, can you introduce yourself to my adventurers, to the people?
Absolutely, I would love to. Well, first and foremost, Tanya, thank you so much for having me. I love participating with you and your videos, whether they be remote or on board a ship or locally in Houston. So, and thank you everyone for joining us today. We do appreciate you taking the time out to learn about Tanya, and as well as Norwegian Cruise Line. Personally, I've been with Norwegian Cruise Line. This is my 11th year. Time does fly, and I've been a business development manager for 4 years. And what that means is I help advisors like Tanya grow their travel business in helping to promote and educate their clients and ultimately sell Norwegian Cruise Line. So I give her a ton of resources, whether it's marketing, whether it's me participating in any events or activities Tanya needs to be a part of. I will take out the trash too, help cook in the kitchen, whatever she needs of me, I am here to help. So, that's a little bit about myself and what I do with Norwegian, as well as the support I give to Tanya.
That's right, Chris. Thanks a lot, guy. You don't have to say that. I mean, But look, I'm going to share some feedback with you coming off of Facebook Live, because I know you can't see it unless you're watching it on your phone. But Kay Nicole, she states, Chris, he's an amazing guy. And hopefully you remember Kay Nicole, because she was my +1 when I blogged Norwegian Encore. So she really fell in love with the ship, and yeah, she remembers you.
Oh, I do remember her. I hope I hope you're doing well.
Yes.
Thank you.
She said she had an amazing time on the ship. All right, guys, if you're tuning in on Facebook Live, make sure you put where you are tuning in from so I can shout you out. All right, Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been with Norwegian?
Well, again, I've been with Norwegian since 2009. So this is 11 years now with Norwegian. I've been a BDM for the last 4. I started off actually in direct sales and then worked in the casino department, and then made my way up into being a BDM. So I love what I do. I love the company I work with. I love the people I get to meet and work with. As you can see in the photo there, there's Tanya and I. That was actually taken at Q Smokehouse on the Joy inaugural. I believe that's what that was.
That was last April, to be honest.
That was last April when we were in LA. For that inaugural. So Tanya and her husband Charles flew out to LA. They joined me there. That's our Texas smokehouse, and I know a lot of Texans are on this chat today. So Tanya can attest to it being excellent. And you have that Texan taste, so you can give us a tea on our Texas smokehouse in comparison to what you'd find back home.
I gave it a 2 thumbs up, darling, especially while you're selling. And if you're in the mood for barbecue, you've got to get to the Q Smokehouse. You're going to love it.
Yeah. And we have, also at Q, there's a live country band that plays, probably starting around 9 o'clock on board. So, it's a great atmosphere. They do line dancing as well. So it's a fantastic atmosphere. We have that on the Joy, as you can see in that photo there, as well as on our newer ships like the Bliss, which came out in 2018, as well as the Encore, which Tanya just spoke about, that we introduced back in November.
Mm-hmm. And so those are 2. Actually, the Bliss was one of the first most popular that I had heard about when I first stepped into the industry back in 2018. It was a big rave about the Bliss, and then the Joy hit the scene. And then, of course, after the Joy, the Encore. So if you haven't had an opportunity to experience any one of the Norwegian ships, you're definitely going to be in for a treat. Even the Norwegian Getaway, I think a lot of people don't realize that the Getaway has her own little thing going on. My favorite part about Norwegian Getaway is the vodka ice bar. Is it Sky Vodka Ice Bar, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes, yes, and that's a bar, guys, completely made out of ice honey. So that is definitely something that you would want to check out. I'm wondering, is she still going to be in New Orleans, or is she going to be redeployed elsewhere?
Well, as of right now, she is in New Orleans, but obviously, with the present environment, we're not sailing. But she will be flip flop with her sister ship, the Breakaway. So the Breakaway will be back in New Orleans, and then the Getaway will be going to all these ships repositioned Port Canaveral with the Getaway. But that'll be for 2021.
Okay, sounds good. And of course, Norwegian Joy and Norwegian Encore. So I know that the Encore is going through some redeployment as we speak, right? And the Joy, she is going to do Ensenada, Mexico, right? Or has she moved to Alaska?
So, assuming everything were normal, I guess what we should say, the Joy would have been sailing Alaska this summer. And then the Encore would have been sailing to Bermuda from New York.
Don't even talk about it, Chris. Don't even.
I know you had the wedding group for New York for September. So obviously things have gotten to the present environment, but obviously we want to keep it light and happy when talking about cruising. So, but yeah, the Encore would be doing Bermuda. Next summer, the Encore will actually be in Seattle doing Alaska, and the Joy will be, for the most part, doing Bermuda from New York. Of course, there are some itineraries like Tanya's that in August, they're doing a redeployment on that sailing.
Right.
But otherwise, for the most part, we'll be doing Bermuda from New York City starting in late April of 2021.
Oh. Well, that is definitely a change. Okay, so I do have some adventurers who's watching is actually going to be doing Alaska next year on the Encore. So
Nice.
I'm very excited about that. And she got the tea, darling, from watching those blogs that we've done. So I really can't wait for her to share her photos and her videos and her experiences with the rest of the travelers. Guys, if you're looking for a great travel group to get into, make sure you search on Facebook, Traveling Made Affordable, darling. Get there because I am delivering all of the travel news and the travel tea. All right, guys, if you're just tuning in, you're now traveling with TVMATheTea, your local Houston travel blogger, your cruise planners, land and sea expert. And today we're talking travel with Norwegian's very own business development manager, Chris Posada. All right, Chris, let's talk about something that is hot off the press. I had the pleasure of speaking with Royal Caribbean's manager, Rusty Royale, on Friday, and he delivered some tea, darling. Of course, I've been participating in all of you guys' webinars, so I already know about this tea. I've shared it with my adventurers, but I would like for you to tell them. Can you tell us what's hot off the press with you in Royal Caribbean?
Absolutely, I'd love to. I'm sure Rusty made mention to it the other day. We've launched our health and safety panel in conjunction with Royal Caribbean. So we are partnering with the top health experts in the United States to basically present to CLIA and the CDC of what our health and safety protocols will be when we are back to sailing. So this is a joint collaboration with Royal and the Royal brand to make sure that we, as of the leaders of the cruise industry, are locked in step with what we're going to do, how we're going to provide the best safe experience for our clients, our crew. Folks like Tanya, who want to sail hopefully more with Norwegian, but again, it's to provide the best health and safety protocols for our clients. The committee itself is chaired by Scott Gottlieb, who is the former head of the FDA, as well as Mike Leavitt, who is the former governor of the state of Utah. So we have some heavy hitters, helping lead the way. We are working in compliance with the CDC and health protocols around the world to obviously make sure that we are, providing the best experience for our clients, the safest experience for our clients, as well as those ports when the clients get off the ship and, interact with those folks there. So that's something we're really excited about. It is, a major step for us getting back into the water. It doesn't mean we're back in the water officially, but at least it's a step forward. And that's something we want to be able to provide that confidence to our clients, not just Norwegian, but Royals as well, to let them know that they are going to have a safe experience when getting on board, because eventually we will be back in the water. But with everything going on right now in the world, safety is the most important thing, So on our own, we have our health and safety protocols that we've come out with, about a month or so ago, of what that'll look like when we are back in the water. We are putting in new air filtration systems. It's the same grade of filtration systems you would find at your local hospital, and basically kills about 99.5% of toxins in the air. So we are doing everything we can to provide that experience, or a safe experience, for our clients. So as we inch closer to sailing, more of those protocols will be expanded with the guidance of our Sail Safe committee with Royal. So we are looking to provide more exciting information as we get closer. So, more info to come. And of course, I'll be providing Tanya with that tea when it becomes available.
It sounds like some juicy tea, darling, and I cannot wait. All right, Chris. So I am loving the backdrop. And for those of you who are tuning in on Facebook Live, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit that share button, guys. Share, and tag a friend. All right, guys. The backdrop that Chris has in his background is actually on what ship, Chris?
This is the racetrack on the Joy. Okay. Actually. So, we've been having fun with our Zoom backgrounds. I'm sure many of you have tested the waters on Zoom over the past few months. So, probably playing with your own background. So I have the Bliss the Joy, behind me. So, it gets me excited because I do want to be back and I miss being on board the ships, so. I've always loved the racetrack. It's one of my favorite features on ships like the Joy, the Bliss, and the Encore. We did introduce the racetrack concept on the Joy when the Joy first came out in 2017. A fun fact about the Joy when it actually first came out was actually exclusive to the Chinese market. So everything on board was catered to that market. We actually brought her over in April of 2019, which is where Tanya got a chance to experience it on the North American inaugural of the Joy when we brought her over. So even though the Bliss hit the North American market first in 2018, the fun fact is the Joy is actually the older of the two ships. And then we introduced the racetrack and the laser tag, which is also on the Joy. We introduced that on the Joy, but it's also on the Bliss. Oh, I lost the headphone. It's also on the Bliss and it's also on the Encore. So a lot of great activities for families on any of these great ships. Any of the ships in our fleet will have tons of great options for families, those traveling without kids, whether they're honeymooners, retirees, whatever they may be. There's a ton of great activities on board a Norwegian cruise ship. Ships like the Joy, the Bliss. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm saying, trust me, he's telling the truth.
Yeah, like a ship like the Joy, Bliss, and Encore, they have 27 different dining options and 16 bars and lounges and great activities. You'll find some fantastic Broadway Vegas-style shows. The Joy, we have Footloose, the popular Broadway show, as well as the former Kevin Bacon movie. The Bliss, we have the Jersey Boys, another popular Broadway show, and the Encore has Kinky Boots, which is a Tony Award-winning show that has done, amazing reviews, both domestically, internationally, and on board the Encore. So, again, so much activities for you to choose from while on board and enjoying the freestyle experience of Norwegian. And Norwegian is the innovators of freestyle cruising. What that means for those of you that have never cruised with Norwegian and may have cruised with some of our other competitors is we offer a more relaxed style of cruising. So, we don't offer the early dining, late dining, formal nights, anything like that. Attire is more resort casual. And dining is no different, than back home. If you're going to eat at 7 o'clock back home because that's what you're accustomed to, go to dinner at 7 o'clock. So it's your vacation, you're in charge of it, and that's what the freestyle experience is about.
That's right. And right now, I know that Norwegian has some great travel deals. So I think the latest offer that I saw was you can get free prepaid gratuities, correct?
That is correct. So for any bookings made until July 21st, so that is next Tuesday, and if you make those bookings exclusively with Tanya, we'll be able to get you those PPGs. So you'll get free prepaid gratuities included in your booking if you book a balcony category and above. So balconies and above, which includes club balcony suites, our penthouses, and of course our Haven cabins, which are as upscale as you can get. When you're in the Haven, you get a private pool, a private butler, private restaurant, bar, private concierge. You are VIP when you're in the Haven. Tanya, you've taken a few tours of the Haven, right?
Mm-hmm. I sure did, darling. I've taken quite a few tours. I call it the presidential because it is definitely a presidential type of feeling. When you are staying in the Haven suite, you have your separate entertainment space, so to speak, from the rest of the adventurers that's going to be selling, and you have the option of going to mingle with others, or you can be secluded in the presidential or the Haven area. So it's definitely an experience that you should experience once in your lifetime at least. As I'm looking at these photos, I'm wondering, do you know which photo I use in my backdrop whenever I'm on a webinar with Norwegian?
I want to say...
You can do it, Chris. I know you know me.
Is it that top left on the getaway?
Oh,
I dropped the ball there.
I'm gonna give you a second chance.
What about that selfie with the joy in the background?
It's the Norwegian blog. You see right underneath it with the dessert and the sunglasses. That's my photo.
Oh man. I feel like I don't know you anymore. It's been a long time since I've seen you. So really,
So you know what that means, right? I need to get on the ship and I need to be blogging like ASAP. So as soon as this pandemic is over, I am ready.
No, you and me both. The moment they say, we are up and running and we have ships in the water, I will be on one of those ships. I do miss it. It's, cruising already was a safe experience. Whenever you walked into any venue on a Norwegian cruise ship, there's hand sanitizer everywhere. In the buffet, they talk about the washy, it's all
that washy, which we were doing anyway, but it's just hilarious to hear them, constantly remind you to do it. So
right, and that's the thing, it's our health and safety has always been first and foremost on a Norwegian cruise ship, and this whatever the new normal is when we get back into service, will just be tenfold on prioritizing health and safety. So it's a great cruise experience. It's a great way to see the world. Your hotel goes with you everywhere you go. You have entertainment and dining options, to choose from. You will have a great time on a Norwegian cruise ship. I can attest to that.
I always do.
Yeah, no, Tanya waves the flag for us. She's been on a number of our ships, done a number of our inaugurals. When I met her on the getaway in 2018, when she was just coming out of her new agent class, you could tell she was a go-getter, and she was gonna do good things. And obviously she's taking the ball and running with it. So
speaking of, we did do a blog, didn't we? We did go live. We did a little snippet recording. I posted it to my social, and people loved it, and people got bookings. So yes, it was great. We make a perfect team.
We do. We've done the video blogs on the Getaway. We did it on the Joy, in the observation lounge. We did it on the Encore. Well, I can only do it when I can pry Tanya and Charles off the racetrack. I had to work around their schedule on the racetrack. So
that's right. That's right. And I'm not gonna lie. We had a bet. Chris, you bet with him that I would lose racing on the Joy, and guess what? I did lose, but it was so much fun. As you guys can see in this photo, I think I had it at the very beginning of this feed. Yeah, right there. So that's him and that's me. And we still had a great time, and I definitely can't wait to do it again and bring you guys to Travel Tea. So keep it locked. It's coming, guys. It's definitely coming when the world gets better. All right, so Chris, moving on. Thank you for letting us know about what's up and coming. I see people in the Facebook Live. Someone says free PPGs. Yes. And the prepaid gratuities, they went into effect. When did it start, Chris?
It started July 1st. So
anybody that gets booking July 1st and ongoing, and I think it is going to expire July 31st, correct?
The 21st, so next Tuesday.
Okay, so July 21st, guys, you don't have much time. If you're thinking about squaring away your 2021 vacations, you need to get to the website, travelingmadeaffordable.com, and get booking.
And remember, it's for balcony cabins and above. So, any category above a balcony will qualify for the free PPGs. And it is combinable with our Take All offers. So we've been running our ongoing promotion of Free at Sea. But now we call it Take All because usually with Free at Sea, balconies only get 2 of the following, whether it's a free beverage package, a free dining package, a shore excursion credit, Wi-Fi, or on select sailings, 3rd and 4th passenger sail free. Well, now with the Take All offer, if you book a balcony above, you get all of that, plus the PPGs now when booked by July 21st, next Tuesday. So call Tanya; she'll give you she'll give you the tea on that, and she'll take care of you. You know what? I'm in a giving mood. So if anybody books with Tanya by the 21st from this video, I'll also throw in a $50 onboard credit.
Thank you, darling. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Not a problem. So Tanya, you just have to send me those bookings as they come.
I definitely will do. And if you happen to go to my website and you book your travel, you don't actually call me, then make sure you send me an email or DM me and say, hey, Tanya, I was on the live with you and Chris. I need my 50. So I can remember, guys, because there's so much going on and I don't want to forget about you. And I know that you guys, if you're feeling like I am and you are quarantined out, you're ready to get out. And so if you are in the mode of getting your vacation squared away, just definitely hit me up and let me know. I'll take care of you. All right, guys. So fun facts about Chris. Chris, before I even ask you this, I'm going to share a fun fact that I learned about you. And I just barely learned this, and I didn't even know that you did this. So I learned that Chris used to work with it's the MLB, right?
I used to work for they used to be called the Florida Marlins, but now they're the Miami Marlins because they moved stadiums down here. But yeah, I used to be in the sports industry.
Can y'all believe that? That is like a 360. So I was so intrigued when I heard that. But can you share any other fun facts about you?
Fun facts, my wife who's currently working upstairs, she actually works for Atlantis. So we're both in the travel industry. She does marketing for them.
And that's Atlantis, guys, in the Bahamas, y'all. I mean, she's killing the game. So, and they have 2 twin boys.
Yeah, we have twin boys. They are 2, there'll be 3, believe it or not, there'll be 3 in October. So that's coming up. Yeah, it's coming up now. So, so I have, they're not here right now because we're both working, so it's kind of hard for us to juggle them and work. but they're awesome. They're a blast. So yeah,
Well,
so I'm a
congratulations
proud
on
father of
going to the
twins.
threes.
Yeah,
How
here we come with the threes. So we're gearing up for that mentally, what that's gonna be like. So
I know that's right. All right, guys. I am going to check Facebook Live right now. If you have any questions that you would like to ask Chris, go ahead and type it into the Facebook Live, and I'll be sure to ask him for you before we jump off. All right, Chris. Any other things you wanted to share about Norwegian?
Well, of course, right now with everything that's going on, just to give you an update, our sailings are suspended through the end of September of this year, unfortunately. But that's, in line with all, everybody else in the cruise industry. So right now, crossing our fingers, October 1st, we can, get back to normal. But again, that's, I know we're all crossing our fingers on that, but that remains to be seen. We have to comply with the CDC, which has a no sail order as of right now until the 24th, which is next Friday. So that would be the first step, assuming they don't extend that order. We also have to work with in guidance with ports around the world. Even if the CDC says we're good, to sail, we can't just show up to Cancun or Cozumel, without approval. So there's a lot of moving parts to this. So,
Yes.
Right now, with the Sail Safe guidance that we're doing with our collaboration with Royal, we are working with the CDC on trying to get what this will look like when we can safely resume sailing. But again, that has to be in tandem with, local ports here in the U.S., ports in Europe, around the world, that'll let us depart from their ports as well as visit their ports. So there's a lot of moving parts here. What we did, we had a shareholders call a couple months back, where we discussed that even when we do start sailing, it could be a rollout of 2 or 3 ships at a time. So it won't even be the entire 17 ships in our fleet. It could be, a couple being rolled out, once every few weeks or months or whatever that looks like. People higher up the food chain are making those decisions, and so I can't give you what that will look like. But once we have a clearer picture of when we'll be sailing, whether it is October, November, whenever it is, we will provide that. Tanya will get that tea and she'll get the word out to y'all. I do hope it's October. I have a cruise that I'm supposed to be doing in November on the Encore that I really want to be on. So, crossing our fingers on that. But like I said, once we get the proper guidance on that, we will share that with everyone.
All right, that sounds fantastic. I cannot wait to get back to normal, even though it will be a new normal, because I'm pretty sure it will not be business as usual, as you explained earlier, and as what we see that's going on in the world. All right, guys, I have a lot of excitement. Someone is excited to go on their cruise. They cannot wait, they're saying. And I have a question. Are you working when you're on a cruise, and what do you do on a cruise?
Well, Tanya, you can answer that for me. Am I working on it?
Let me tell you, Chris is so busy. Whenever we get together and we have an inaugural, I think we got to back it up a little bit though, Chris, because for us, we know what an inaugural means, but my adventurers and my followers may not know. So I'm going to have to give them the little inaugural 101 for dummies real quick, right? So what an inaugural is, guys, is it's when travel agents from across America get invited out to tour a brand's product. And it's an exclusive invite. It's like the who's who, right, Chris?
It is. It's the top of the line, which is why Tanya is always the first in mind, when I have these events.
That's right, guys. So, and it's a way for us to bring you guys the tea directly, so you know what you can expect. You know how I am about it. I'm an open book, guys. I like to bring you into the world of travel, all the way in the world of travel, so you get the tea. And that's what an inaugural is. So every time I've been on one, I've seen Chris working his butt off. We actually, Chris, we were supposed to have a race. We were supposed to race on the the Encore. Was it the Encore or the Joy? I think it was Encore.
I think it was both. You know, I think we were like always talking about doing it. But yeah, for events like inaugurals or whenever I have agents on board, you know, it's you're on 24/7. So basically, it's you know we have inaugurals where we're showcasing the ship, as Tanya mentioned before. We have seminars at sea where we invite agents to basically do a full sailing, but there's like training courses that we do, one-on-one meetings, and then hosted dinners. The trip I'm doing hope to be doing in November is actually more of a personal trip. So when I am on a personal trip, I disconnect, much like many of you when you go on a cruise vacation. You want to sit back and relax and enjoy the experience. So of course, I haven't had a relaxing personal cruise in 4 years. Since my honeymoon on the Epic, when my wife and I did the Mediterranean, which was amazing. So of course, the one time I want to do a personal trip, it's up in the air. So, but with work trips, it's always, it's always on. We want to put our best foot forward and showcase the product as best as possible. So I can get away to do the racetrack, but it was just more so, timing that more than anything with us. But we do go to dinner. I hosted Tanya at dinner at Q Smokehouse we talked about earlier.
Also Republic. What was it?
We did Food Republic on the Encore. Was it teppanyaki?
Was it?
Oh yeah, we did do teppanyaki on the Encore.
Yes. And I really like that too. I love the experience there. My sister did too. So I think that's what you guys, if you ever, and here's the thing. Whenever we get these invites, Norwegians are always like, oh, you could bring a +1. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. I can bring a +1. And so always, by right, my +1 is always my hubby. But sometimes he cannot go. And so I'm always looking for somebody that can take his place. My sister will probably dislike you guys all because she feels like she stands in the rim of my husband's spot. So it's just been an awesome adventure, and I can't wait till the world heals and we can get back to business. So keep that in mind, guys. Whenever you see me going live with any of the travel suppliers, you see me with Chris, you see me with whoever, it's work, darling. Work is work. All right, Chris, I'm going to share, I've made you the co-host of this presentation, and I actually want you to share some tea, darling. So if you have a video that you would like to share with my adventurers and followers, now is the time. You have the brain.
Okay, let me, this will stop sharing the other screen. Yes, I'm kicking you out. I want this. Let me know if you can see that.
I can see it.
Okay, perfect. So let's play that. So, well, let me preface it. So this is this is just a brand video showing you, just some of the great experiences that you can have when sailing with Norwegian. So I'm gonna get a little teary-eyed because this is something I and clearly we all want to get back to. So enjoy.
Is that Greece in the back?
This might be Greece. Yeah, it's Santorini.
Wow. They are beautiful ships. I really love Norwegian's color. The art is so amazing that's painted on the outside, and also the inside is amazing as well. That's Alaska. I know that place. That was Sydney. Athens. And I don't know that place. I was trying to think of like all the places I could name.
Well, that's just some of the highlights and itineraries we sail. When people say Norwegian Cruise Line, some people will say, "Oh, so you sail Norway?" And well, we actually do like a couple of sailings in Norway. So we are a global cruise line. We're all over we go to all 7 continents. And I say 7, including Antarctica. So we have some great extraordinary itineraries that we just introduced back in April. Before we started this call, Tanya, we were talking about the itinerary you're looking forward to most doing, which is our South Africa round trip from Cape Town that we are doing in the summer of 2022. And she told me I'd be surprised by that. I'm like, look, I want to do it, and everybody I talk to about cruising, they immediately say that one first and foremost. So I'm not surprised at all. But another great itinerary we also introduced is a round trip cruise from Reykjavik, Iceland. Again, that's round trip, not stopping or starting in Reykjavik. You are both. You fly into Iceland, you can experience a couple of days in Reykjavik. You do a Northern European cruise from Reykjavik and go back to Reykjavik. That's extraordinary. We do a South American cruise from Rio. We saw some of the images there from Rio, that goes to Santiago, Chile, and with a stop in Antarctica. So that's some of the exquisite journeys that we offer, Australia, New Zealand, Southeast Asia, the Middle East. We saw Jordan in some of those photos there. Of course, Europe. We offer a year-round presence in Hawaii. We're the only cruise line in the industry that does a 7-day round-trip cruise from Honolulu that only stays in the Hawaiian chain. So we don't do any international ports of call on that itinerary. So every day you are in port while in Hawaii, doing 2 overnights in Maui and Kauai. So it's a fantastic experience. Alaska, we talked about with the Bliss and the Encore and the Joy. Canada, New England, you name it, so wherever you want to go, we will get you there.
That's right, guys. You heard it here first. Yes, someone is saying Iceland. Oh my God, yes. And we have a lot of engagement. People are excited about Norwegian. All right, guys. Chris, is there anything else you want to share?
No, we pretty much nailed all the highlights. Of course, once we give more announcements to, when we're going to sail, or more of our health and safety protocols when we roll out each phase, we'll definitely provide that info. So, obviously tune in with Tanya, or you can go to ncl.com to get all the latest updates. But Tanya does get the immediate teas when I get them, she gets them. And then that means she shares it with you all. So, anytime you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to Tanya. She's a Norwegian expert too. She loves the brand as well. And anything she doesn't have the info on, she knows where to find me. She often does. But again, as we talked about, the PPG offer is going until July 21st. Again, free prepaid gratuities for balcony cabins and above, and it is combined with our ongoing promotions.
That's right, guys. You heard it here first from Norwegian Cruise Line Business Development Manager, Chris Posada. All right, Chris. Thanks a lot for sharing the travel tea with us today. Before we get off this Zoom, I wanted to ask anyone else out there, if you're watching, do you have any questions? If you can, go ahead and type those questions. But while you are doing so, hold on. Let me make sure I'm not muted. Okay, yes. So while you're doing so, I want to be sure that you guys go ahead and get ready for trivia. So Chris, what trivia can you ask our adventurers? And I'm not sure if I can still hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I hear you loud and clear.
So if you could go ahead and ask our adventurers a trivia question about you, that would be awesome. Guys, I have some travel news alert for you. We are going to be looking for how many winners today, Chris?
We're going to do 2 winners for some Norwegian swag. So I'll send that out to Tanya, and then she'll get them out to the winners.
That's right, some Norwegian merch, guys. So if you are selling Norwegian, or if you're thinking about selling Norwegian, this would be some great swag for you guys. All right, Chris, what is the trivia question for today?
Well, the first trivia question is, we talked about this, so this is hopefully folks were paying attention, of course. But what experience is Norwegian Cruise Line the innovators of? We talked about this earlier.
Okay, so the question is, let me type it in, and can you repeat it one more time?
Yeah, no, absolutely. What cruising experience is Norwegian Cruise Line the innovators of?
What cruising experience is Norwegian Cruise Line innovators of? So if you're watching, you can go ahead and respond to the live, and we're looking for 2 people to answer that correctly.
Do you want to do 2 people to answer that question, or 2 questions and 2 separate?
Oh, well, you could. It's up to you.
Yeah, we can do it that way. So this way,
it's up to you. So however you want. Okay, so it's what cruising experience is Norwegian Cruise innovators of? Type your answers in the live. Do you want to throw out another question, or is it just going to be this one?
well, let's get a winner here first.
All right, type your responses in the live, guys, and I'm going to be checking to see if we have any other questions. Someone responded Oceania and Regent 7 Seas. Remember, guys, what is Norwegian innovators of? You may have to give them a little hint.
All right, so we don't do the formal nights as I talked about. So what is that experience called?
Guys, it's so easy. You've heard me say it several times. Can I give them a clue?
You can give them a clue.
It's a phrase, right?
Yeah, it's just a phrase.
Yeah, it's a phrase. It starts with free, and it's 3 words, right?
Oh no, it's just no. It's one word. No, you're thinking of free at sea, but it's one word. We allow you to do what you like on your schedule.
I have an answer. Freestyle.
Very good. Yes, correct.
And where are you from for the person that responded? The person that responded, her name is Kay Nicole, and she is responding from Houston, Pearland, Texas, and she actually sailed before. That's a big cheat.
Hey, you got it.
Great job,
He's got the resources.
You were paying attention, so congratulations. We have winner number 1. And your second question, Chris.
Second one will make it a little easier. So next summer, what itinerary will the Encore be doing? And I believe someone's actually sailing on that itinerary that we talked about.
Somebody said,
that person better win.
Okay, hold on. Next summer, what itinerary will the Encore be in? And I think we will actually have an answer to this one very quickly, because I think we may have some people on here who are actually going to be doing this itinerary next year. Guys, if you have been paying attention, the second trivia question is, next summer, what itinerary will Encore be in? This is so easy. It's so interesting. Some of you may have already been booked on it. Oh, Kay Nicole, we cannot take your answer twice. She's responded again, but I want to pick a different winner. And I have one, and the answer is Alaska.
Yes.
And this is coming from Carolyn Larson in Humble, Texas. Congratulations, Carolyn. You are winner number 2 for today. Chris, darling, thanks a lot for talking travel with yours truly, TVMA the Tea, your local Houston travel blogger, your local cruise planners, land and sea expert. Guys, I appreciate you for tuning in. Everybody throw some hearts up right now if you're watching on Facebook Live, and let Chris know he did a wonderful job. Chris, before we head out today, I'm going to close it out with our brand commercial with our travel agency, Cruise Planners. Any final words before we close it out?
Well, again, I wanted to thank you all so much for taking the time out for joining us today. I had a lot of fun. So Tanya, thank you for inviting me again as usual. Do appreciate that. We do look forward to getting back to the water, hopefully sooner than later. And I do look forward to having you all on board Norwegian Cruise Line. So thank you again so much. It was a pleasure. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
That's right, Chris, and you've got a lot of hearts flying right now. So congratulations to you. And guys, thank you for taking time out with me and talking travel. Remember, I'll see you on Friday as I will be talking travel with Miami Tourism Director. So make sure you keep it locked. We'll be right back.
Traveling is something that everyone looks forward to. It helps bring us together, makes us realize that we're more alike than different. And while we are all reminiscing over our favorite adventures for now, let's encourage everyone to do their part. Take this time to take care of you, your loved ones, your neighbors, and the world. When the time comes and the future is clearer, travel will be what helps us start to rebound and move forward. And Cruise Planners is here, ready to help you explore the world and reclaim your sense of adventure. Give yourself something to look forward to. And until then, stay safe and stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Cruise Planners, your land and cruise experts.
All right, guys, that's the end of our show. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I can't wait to talk travel with you on Friday. And Chris, again, thanks a lot for talking travel with me. I really appreciate it. I can't wait till we get back to a new normal. Hug the boys, kiss the boys, and hug the wife for me.
I will. Thank you so much, and give Charles my best, and get that hand back up and running.
I am. I'm on my way to therapy, darling. So we'll be chatting soon. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you again.